I mean, there's potential. What does she want to go on to do with this work, though?
Martin Williams is a part-time teacher at a sixth form college in Southampton. He spent 5 years studying fine art, graphics and photography, but he doesn't earn enough to pay back his own student loan.
I've actually probably paid nothing. I probably haven't even dented the interest that's incurred from it because I have not been in employment which takes me over the threshold of minimum payment.
Like the other teachers, he gives teenagers career advice. Some ask whether student loans are effectively free money.
A lot of them ask me, what have I had to pay back? And I'm honest with them. I've said that I've not been in a position where I've had to pay anything back because I've not earned enough yet. So in that sense, it does come across as that it's cost me nothing to do. So I do advise them to make sure that they're aware of the terms, and I do tell them about the terms.
Britain needs more highly skilled workers, the government often say. By 2035, they expect nearly 500,000 18-year-olds will start university every autumn. As student numbers rise and individual tuition fees go up, so the impact on the overall student loan bill will be dramatic. Even now, £46 billion of loan repayments are outstanding, and it's estimated that in 30 years' time, that'll more than quadruple to £200 billion. And more people are failing to pay back their loans. In 2010, it was estimated 28% of the debt would have to be written off, and that's risen to 35% this year.
The model that the government used to sort of model this system didn't take into account the recession, lower graduate earnings. It didn't take into account the fact that women earn considerably less than men over their lifetime. And so from the very beginning, this system has been shaky. And like I said, it's a numbers fiddle. It moves the amount of money from the deficit to the debt.
Since the student loan scheme began more than 20 years ago, nearly 370,000 students have disappeared from its records. They might be working abroad, they might be unemployed here, but the National Audit Office estimates they owe about £5 billion, and the student loan company is not doing enough to try to track them down.
I don't think it's that surprising. I've got a friend who has led me to believe that they're no longer in the country, they don't voluntarily repay their student loan, so they've never outright said it to me, but they've implied that they're no longer paying theirs. I wouldn't say it's common. I think most graduates stay in the country.
At the end of the day, the incentive's there. If HMRC aren't chasing people up once they go overseas, it's not surprising, I guess, that people are going to go abroad to avoid paying the loan back.
Neither the government nor the student loan company were available for interview, though the loan company gave us a statement saying it would use the findings and the recommendations from the report to help it further improve the way it secures the loan repayments due from all its borrowers, including those who were overseas. Meanwhile, analysts say other sectors are likely to suffer.
Well, the impact of overspending on loans is obviously that you have to make up the shortfall elsewhere. And the real difficult issue facing the civil servants and the ministers in the Department for Business at the moment is that they can't make many savings in the short term on the student loan book, so they have to look to other bits of their budget to make the savings. And that means that things like further education, research funding, widening participation funding are all very vulnerable to cuts to try and offset the impact of overspending on loans.
In 2010, the Conservatives came up with a new vision for higher education. Raising tuition fees would secure its financial future. Student loans would make university affordable for all. Reluctantly, the Liberal Democrats accepted it, but this report shows that picture is seriously flawed.